Welcome to our podcast, it's the latest thing you know. We're talking into mics like on the radio, but we can talk about buttholes and boobies and everything more. Dicks and cunts and smoking blunts will come up for sure.
Rap time. Motherfucking dicks and pussy loving time. Say some more shit just to make it alright.
Start the fucking show!
Get in the semi. It's not a penis.
Hello, my name is Beard and the Semi, and welcome to my podcast.
How dare you? It's our podcast! How dare you? I'm David.
I'm Anddrew.
That wasn't staged at all. I'm joking.
For the 5th time.
7th, maybe. Doesn't matter. It was funny and you enjoyed it.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, you had a smile in your voice. It was quite nice. Just a glint of hope.
So Joe's with us after the interview. Sid disappeared. Well, he's over there.
Behind us.
But he doesn't want to be part. He's scared, aren't you, Sid?
He knows how quickly his mind's going to
See, he's not even answering. That's how shy he is.
Terrified!
Yeah!
We haven't kept him here against his will.
Yeah, he has.
If you hear chains, it's nothing.
So, what have you guys been up to? Not that I didn't already ask.
I've been broke ass motherfucker. That's what I've been.
I have been also broke, but fuck it, I don't care. I'll do what I want. I might, be selling myself in the streets.
Yeah.
Get that little extra bit of dough.
I mean, I've gotten a lot of exposure since starting this podcast, so I've just been busy with this, really.
Our penis.
Yeah, mainly.
Our collective penis. Or peni. Is it penis
I
or
don't
peni?
know. Peni sounds French, though. Like if a Frenchman was to say, I love penis, he'd be like, I love peni.
So is the beard and the semi
Racism.
It's one concept then? So like the beard is part of the semi, or is it
No, it's not a penis, okay?
Yeah. I don't know where you even got that from.
I don't know, it's
You're just filthy.
Yeah, man.
You disgust me. Well, I've been doing some job applications. It's super fun.
How have they been?
I didn't talk about it already.
Do tell.
When you're like staring at a screen and you don't know what you're doing, but you need to do it, and then 4 hours go by and nothing's changed. I mean, you're a musician. When you're trying to write a song, you get the block.
Ah, yes, the writer's block.
It's the same thing with the applications, except worse because I have no money and need a job.
No, I find the worst part is they're all online and just a few clicks away from YouPorn.
Yes. Though YouPorn's quite rubbish.
If
I prefer Pornhub.
If it was like a physical piece of paper, though, you're never going to be like halfway through it and then just randomly pick up a porno.
Shows
mag.
what you know. I'll jack off into that paper. And then get another bit of paper. Fuck the trees.
That's your. You just send it in with dried semen as your signature.
Maybe.
You take tree love to a whole new level.
They're
a
tree
hippie.
hugger. I'm a tree humper.
They're a hippie standing there like that is dedication, motherfucker. He may eat cows, but he fucks trees.
Yeah, I'm a tree hugger. I fucking can still eat meat.
We have a forest
Not
behind
fucking
us, so you're
vegetarian.
gonna. If you go missing for a couple of hours, we'll just see you just humping a tree,
Maybe.
or just a shrub if you're just that little bit horny. You just.
A shrub.
A small shrub.
Because you and your children jokes, Can't just be a full-grown tree. It has to be a shrub, doesn't it? Filthy. Just filthy.
Yeah. Because you can't discriminate. In the tree world, a shrub is like a white person and a tree is like a black person. And to only do one is just racist.
Well,
You just...
Or maybe you just have a type. I don't know.
If you need to relieve yourself halfway through this, there's a big forest out back, so
Yay!
there's plenty of trees there.
Any shrubs?
It's like the equivalent of a nightclub with girls, but it just doesn't happen like that.
We talk weird. We all do this, right? When I'm editing this podcast, we all do this thing where we say a sentence, halfway through we stop and go, like we've forgotten what we were gonna say.
And no one gets it, but it makes sense. Like it fits there perfectly, though.
Yeah.
staying in
When
the
we're
context,
talking,
right?
there's no problem. But when I'm editing, I just see gap, and it's
Yeah.
like this is what's happening. So there's that.
So have fun, Joe.
It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
No, I'll do the editing. You're busy. You're a busy man, as we've said in the interview.
I've actually got an essay due tomorrow that I need to finish. But I'm going to a gig tonight, so.
Because you gangster, I swear.
I'll do that after.
So much for the 5-minute introduction. That was just going to be, hi, how are you? I'm fine. You fine. Let's go.
Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. We'll take a little break, people, because we're using new software and we don't know if it's going to work. We'll see you in a second.
Toodaloo.
So, Joe, you're into comics. Speaking of comics...
The Masters of Segways.
Wow.
That's what I want to do. So, Joe, you're into comics.
Speaking of comics...
Yeah, we're so good at segues.
Yes, I like comics.
we didn't require an answer.
Yeah,
It
fuck
was-
Right.
That was just us trying to segue, okay?
As you were. Then.
Don't involve yourself. All right. Andrew,
Hello.
comics. We like them, don't we?
We do.
Anything else to include in that? Just we do.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, comic books or the films and stuff that come from them? Or the TV, TV shows?
I actually prefer the comic books.
They can be darker and cooler.
They can do a lot more as well. They can go sort of a lot further. They don't have to please the masses. With a TV show, they're trying to please everyone. With a comic book, it's you read the comic book or you don't. We're writing it this way.
I don't completely agree because they need to make money.
They do, but say if you're gonna watch a film, you're trying to get those who don't even read comics to watch the film to make money because it costs so much to make a film.
Different target by doing certain things.
When you're doing the comic book, if say for example you're doing an X-Men comic book, you're only going to the people that want the X-Men comic, not the masses that would just watch it anyway. So I prefer them because they're more
darker in tone or something.
More to the audience that actually wants to read it. So it's more what they want, as opposed to what people that don't even watch it or like it want.
Fair enough. I prefer TV shows sometimes now. I mean, just because comic books, the continuity is very hard to get into.
Yeah.
Especially if you're new or poor, as we both are. So either you download them illegally.
Which we don't condone.
Of course, no. What? We don't do that.
If you like it, buy it.
Yeah. That's the rule, I feel. But it's really hard to... Like, I've been reading the Batman ones, but it's hard to stick to it when half the stuff is from 60
what I
years.
like about comics in particular is, like, they do seem limitless. Whereas with the films, obviously, because of their budget and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess lately you could say they're not getting as limitless. I mean,
Andrew don't like.
An Avengers film.
500 million they spent on that film.
Well, the new one or
the newest one.
Wow.
But that's what I mean. What they'd have to do to make a profit from that makes it too much.
There's a lot of pressure, and they have to hit a wider audience than just comic book fans.
Yeah.
Which is why, again, I prefer the comics, because they can stay more to those that actually go out of their way to specifically find it, rather than those that are just like, film. But
they need to make money, and the comic book industry is failing.
It's harder.
It's failing. It's not hard. It's failing.
But the stories can go further, and you think, like, if you watch a film, if you watch, say, again, Avengers, you've then had to wait another, 3 years for the next one? Whereas with a comic book, it's continuously going.
But, like, Avengers, such a good film, isn't it, Joe?
It is. I think the new one's going to be good. Should be good.
It's definitely going to be good. Do you know who's not going to like it?
Me.
Damn right.
Why?
Don't like the Avengers.
Who doesn't like the Avengers? Like
Loads of people.
Who? Name another person.
Anddrew Jr. I don't know names.
No one else has gone, Avengers, that film sucked. Do you know why? Because it didn't. Even if you don't like comic books, it's a good movie.
Is it just the film that you don't like?
Well, I don't like Tony Stark. I don't like Iron Man as a character.
But you don't like him at all. Like, regardless of...
I mean, it seems like
But I didn't like him before the films even came out.
Yeah, that's what
I just thought he was a shitty character.
They tried to push, like, Tony Stark as being the leader of the Avengers, didn't they? But I think for the second film, they're sort of pushing it towards Captain America, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but the reason why is because Tony Stark is the more popular character. So his quips and things of what made Marvel successful so far. So that's why they push him.
Yeah.
But there's always been that sort of power dynamic struggle between those two because he doesn't like being told what to do, and Captain America is the fucking Capitan.
Yes.
Fucking listen to the Capitan. Or he hits you with his shield really hard. Because shields hurt. They're not purely used for defense.
I assume so do iron suits.
Yes, and missiles.
Although I don't think he's made of iron anymore.
Tank missile.
Or you could just get thrown around by a giant green man.
Or Thor.
Tank missile.
If Thor hammers you, your
Tank.
butthole's bleeding.
Tank missile. Literally, first Iron Man movie, there's a tank. And he shoots it with a tiny little missile. Blows up the tank. What the fuck is Captain America gonna do? Oh, I blocked it with my shield. No, because my tank missile...
This is the point I made ages ago. No matter how good Captain America is, how good his shield is, Thor smashes him with a hammer going at X miles an hour, and he just gets up fine. There is no way that would happen. He would shatter his arm, just anything.
It's got a healing factor.
Other than a tank missile, he can stop that.
Yeah, but it would still paralyze him for a bit.
Yeah, as would Thor hammering you.
Once you go black, you'll be in a wheelchair. That's right, I just made a white dudes reference.
Whoa.
Or was it white chicks? White chicks reference. White dudes is the gay parody version of that film.
Which you seem quite knowledgeable with.
Damn straight.
Is there actually a scene where they're just ploughing someone in a wheelchair? It wouldn't surprise me porn does go that direction. I watched one where it was a man and a spastic fucking the babysitter. And literally in this scene, the spasticated one goes for no reason.
You continued
I was watching it and I just thought, they're actually doing this, and it was actually good enough acting that I thought it might be a spastic getting fucked, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, porno people believe in equal rights.
Yeah, and hats off to them.
They do a lot.
Yeah, midgets.
Yeah, everyone has sex. Even
Horses.
disables. Back onto comics.
Wow. Should we cut?
I think the good point is
No. Back onto comics.
the point is porn doesn't discriminate.
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Now
But
back
we were
onto
talking
comics.
Neither do comics, actually. Well,
They
they do
used
a little
to.
bit. Yeah, they used to. But now there's gay marriage and things like that in comics.
Yeah.
Even speaking of gay marriage, there's a
Joe, how are you?
In the Flash, there's been 2 now gay characters in the TV show. The police chief's gay, and he's got a fiance.
Oh yeah, they sort of, that was like more a throwaway line, though, wasn't it?
But they haven't shown it. But now
He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm
it's
getting
been confirmed."
He was like, "Oh, I'm getting married," or whatever he said, and then he was like, "Yeah, he's fine."
Yeah.
And it was literally just like a throwaway line to hint, but one that was so blatantly obvious.
They also did that in Walking Dead.
But remember last time when you thought that they made a throwaway line and I corrected you? He thought in the Flash, there was a Flash Arrow crossover in the TV show. And he thought that they mentioned Batman. I'm like, that doesn't make... He's not in the show. He's never been...
Yeah.
And then, do you know what he actually said? That man. People, and you go on YouTube and on anything, and everyone's like, no, he said Batman, and it's like,
And
everyone's just got such a big ass boner for it that they need it to be Batman instead of that man.
Yeah,
this
but
is
how
something that
sexy
rhymes.
would that be?
Imagine they put the Batman from Gotham in it in the TV show Gotham. He's just like a kid.
Bat Kid.
Here's your Batman.
That would give him the biggest angry boner he's ever had.
Give you an angry boner.
I probably.
Because when you're angry, your blood's rushing, you must get a boner. Or a semi.
It's not a penis.
erection. Or a chubby. We're getting back into porn for some reason.
Can we back it up? Okay.
It's one thing that will always happen.
But in terms of comics, I'll ask you this too. I know you don't really watch the shows, but do you prefer movies or
Films,
or
TV shows,
or the TV
or the
shows?
comics?
Because you were saying that comics are better because they're sort of endless and limitless.
I like the fact that they take it so far, but like you said, they're hard to keep up with because there's so many different universes going on as well. I actually like the games. Believe it or not, the games.
That was a medium we did leave out.
It's because I don't play games anymore, so I forget about them a lot. But yeah, no, the games are good.
The games are good
for them. But again, even if you look at the last one, Injustice, that's got a comic book series that's been coming out, and it's still being released. Injustice came out like 3 years ago now, and it's still got.
But that's one of those that they can do so much with.
Yeah, they're telling the story of how he got.
Yeah, it's limitless, really.
He's beaten up the Green Lantern Corps. He's now fighting gods in the next one.
But the thing is, if you don't want to keep up with the weekly comic books, you can always just go for the graphic novels.
I would prefer if they just do what Japan does and turn them into cartoons. It's easier to do. You can do a lot more with them. Like Young Justice, which is really good.
You do also have to find the actors then who are willing to do
voice
X amount. But they still have to be willing to do that many shows. Because what we have over here is where they're more seriesed as opposed to serial. So you need to find someone that is happy, like EastEnders kind of thing. You're happy. You need to find someone who's happy to play the same role for the next 15 years.
If you start it off from, let's say, the very beginning, the person will know, okay, I'm on this role for at least 10 years from the get-go. So once they sign a contract, they're pretty much fucked.
But it also depends on the ages and things. Because here, with the changing of voices is somewhat notable.
Yeah.
So if you've got someone who, say, like...
Japanese people will sound the same. They don't, okay? That's the one thing about the dubs that you like, is the fact that they're so different sounding. In anime.
Yeah.
That's what you like. You said the complete opposite. You said that English people, or English-speaking people, the reason why it doesn't sound as good is because they sound...
Yeah, because they get get like the same person to do it,
and it's exactly the same voice.
Yeah, but no, the point I'm making is say you signed your contract at 25 and you're doing the voice of Batman. By the time you're 35, your voice will be somewhat different because you'll grow.
Yeah, well,
naturally, and you'll develop. But Batman doesn't age, really. He could, but then the show
into the show.
Then the show has to come to an end.
It should come to an end. It should never keep going. That's my problem with comic books, is that they just keep going. There's no real time frame.
Yeah, but why would you...
Like, how old is Batman?
You can't
he must be an age. Like, these things have happened to him all. Like, he's got 3 sidekicks, all of whom are now adults. Yet he's still in his 30s.
Which is why it made sense to do the reboot. But you can't end comic books, just like you.
You should.
No, because then you're depriving children of decency.
The thing with comic books is there's so many random stories anyway. You could end it and then start it again.
Yeah, which is sort of what they do.
Then just do that. Don't have it all as one. If they had like a 10-year plan for each comic book thing, then no one would get confused. It would be easier to read it, and it would be way nicer. Like how much easier would it like for you to read, for example, if when you started reading Batman, it was the very beginning of Batman, and then in 10 years it's going to be the end of that Batman saga. It would change the stories up, be a lot easier to read, and a lot more enjoyable, I think. And it would be like the TV shows, because the TV shows will have to come to an end, because the thing you said about age.
Yeah, people get older.
Same with the movies as well.
People also stop watching. Which is what will most likely happen before the actors sign off on not doing it, is they'll just get bored with it.
they'll reach a benchmark and then.
But that's it. In comic books, they don't have to age. So when they do these crazy things, if you've been reading comics for 30 years and Batman can still do backflips, doesn't matter. Because he physically can. Because he's still 35. Or whatever he's meant to be.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't have to.
I know.
That's the best part about it. Comics are limitless.
As Joe said.
Yeah, they're there for pure entertainment. And you can pick up a comic, well, relatively. You can pick up a comic and just read that one comic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Balls.
I know you don't have a lot to say. I mean, in terms of the movies, what do you think's better, DC or Marvel? I undoubtedly think it's Marvel, but then there's a split question in that as well.
Yes.
Which Marvel?
And then now you're trying to catch me.
Right, see, because you know there's.
I don't know. I'll tell you what to do. Just say DC. That fucks up his question.
I mean, I like both, but I think there's more content with Marvel, obviously, at the moment. But I think the way DC are doing it is a lot more artistic and classy. If you get what I mean, like with Man of Steel, for example, I don't feel like that was a typical lots of jokes, lots of fighting, lots of action. Instead, it was a bit more like all these crazy, ambitious shots and showing like the kid.
But I mean, like DC's always, not always, but it's generally darker anyway.
Yeah,
but not Superman.
No, but I mean, like when you look at Marvel and their back catalogue of heroes, it's often quite primary and a bit gay, whereas DC have always taken that sort of darker route. They had their time where everything was a bit gay, but by about the 80s,
They just went.
it went proper dark. And then because you had like people like Alan Moore and Frank Miller doing the writing, who were a lot darker, and they did things like Swamp Thing, which is just a weird, murky tree-like
thing that has sex with
thing.
ladies.
Yeah, but it was like really dark. And then Marvel were like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, you can have dark moments, and
But
you can
it's
do a dark
still-
portrayal. But
got his
he's
quips and things like
he's
that.
sort of a light, funny character. Captain America again can have dark moments, but is generally sort of a
Superman.
light character because he's there to sort of promote. Or not to promote, but to
Well,
sort
aren't
of
you
rally
tired?
the troops.
Are you tired? Like, aren't you both tired of the dark thing? Feels like everyone's got this dark.
I feel sorry for DC because as dark as they go, you can still look back at their film history, and they have Batman and Robin starring George Clooney. Okay, so
Go even further back, and you get Batman with.
I never understood
Adam
why that
West.
film was called Batman and Robin, because it's Batman, Robin, and Batgirl in that movie. But the one before that was called Batman Forever. And every time someone says it, I'm like, no, you're getting it wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Batman and Robin is clearly the one before Batman Forever because only Batman and Robin are in it. The other one has all of the Bat people.
Well, I think what you could do is say the film's a piece of shit and leave it at that.
It's not, though.
It really is.
Very entertaining.
I watched it the other day, and I was
It's
not
shit
entertained.
like Spider-Man 3 is shit.
Yeah, but Spider-Man 3 I didn't find entertaining at all.
But it's funny, like, it's stupid.
It was...
You laugh at how dumb they went.
No, I didn't laugh at all.
Like, Venom's pretty stupid.
Venom is always stupid.
it's one of those films.
Venom is one of those that I feel will only ever work in comics and games. I don't think he's ever really going to work in a film.
Yeah, he's too flamboyant in the way he talks and things in the cartoons and stuff. That's the point. But...
Especially when you get a kid from that 70s show to play him.
It's a class show, though.
I love that show.
I don't know why people would hate on Topher Grace. It's like, it's not his fault. They fucking hired him. He's a skinny teenager. Why are you putting him as fucking
I'm pretty sure he's an adult now. But
They offered him lots of money and he took it. So,
Exactly.
you know.
Would you not have been... I would take it. If they came up to me and like, do you want to be Venom? Like, everyone will hate you forever, but we'll give you like 100 million. Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck those people. You just give me 100
I'll
million.
buy that.
And he's not actually a bad actor because he's been in good films. He's been in Gone Girl and things like that, and he does fine in those films.
I forgot he was in that.
He's not a main.
No, he's not a big red.
Character.
Like I say, Venom is not a character that will really work
None of them are.
And if I remember
Green
correctly,
Goblin isn't really a character that will work. And you've said this before. They all have the exact same trope in that they will talk to themselves.
the other thing
they
is
will make themselves
half the
insane.
time they're
the Smeagol
always
effect.
half the time they're always good and then go evil and then become good again at the end. That was the one thing that Sam Raimi did, because he had it with Octopus, he had it with Sandman, and again you're just watching it and you're just like, it's the same recycled shit that it just became boring. Like Sandman would never have been his story. Dr. Octopus, it worked.
It worked with
I thought he acted relatively well, but
I hated Spider-Man 2 and 3.
But with Sandman, there was no need to throw that in there. There was no need I was just trying to look after my little girl. I'm a good guy at heart. No, you're a cunt. You just shot an old man for a car.
Job
yeah,
and fucking pay for your daughter's bill.
And then if you're really that nice, when you turn into a Sandman, why do you go crazy and start killing people? If you're really nice, you'd be like, okay, I've got powers.
An amusement power.
Yeah, I've got a chance to redeem myself.
But no, he goes and robs a bank because, like, you can just give that money. That's not.
Oh yeah,
marked
you could be a one-man circus show and just be like, pay a $5, I'll turn into sand. Everyone is going to pay for that multiple times and try and work out how it's done.
And he is a dumb man.
Yeah.
Instead, he just kills a man and then floats off into the wind at the end.
Fucking idiot. Little prick.
And then Harry wanting to kill. And then Dick Butler as well. It's like, actually, I know like you've been planning this revenge for like the last year.
But actually, I've known.
And I know your face just got blown off. But I probably should have mentioned this earlier. Don't kill me. Your dad killed himself. Cool. I'm going to go now.
I'm going to have my resignation in and hide.
What the fuck was that about? He knew the whole time. He's like...
Oh, Harry, I forgot to tell you, by the way.
I knew every time I saw you.
Your face reminded me. I need to tell you something.
Your dad impaled himself. How do I know that? I don't know.
I believe you. Me and Peter are best friends again.
I have no idea how I know that. I wasn't there when it happened. I just know he impaled himself. He died before I got there, and Spider-Man could have easily chucked it. How anyone knows it was Spider-Man as well is well beyond anyone's understanding. But, you know.
It's a flawed film.
I feel like most of them are.
And that's the good one of the trio.
Well, what do you expect? Sam Raimi directed The Grudge, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, the Grudge films, yeah.
Well, he also directed Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Which they're making a TV show for now. With Thingamajig.
Oh, yeah, him.
The guy from it, I can't remember his name now. Noel Campbell? The guy from Evil Dead, basically, is returning for a TV show.
That's cool, then.
Yeah. Ah, that empty silence makes me think it's time to end the show. Right. Gonna plug our shit, Joe.
I thought we were cutting sections.
Because, Joe.
Yes.
Andrew's done something for us, haven't you, Joe? I mean, Anddrew, because your name's not Joe. Yeah, you did. Remember? You did it yesterday.
Sorry, I thought you meant like I shat in my pants or something.
You might have done that too. But we can't take that.
No,
well, we could.
We could.
I don't want to.
Yesterday, while actually taking a shit as well, I did it. I created a Gmail, a Facebook, a Twitter, and on the train up here, we created an Instagram.
We did. And we might create Snapchat too, since he doesn't use it.
I hate it.
It's a good app. Go on, tell people. Can you give people, like, you...
So...
oh, we created all these things. Bye.
It's called fucking suspense, man. Because everyone's like sitting there like, oh my god, what could it be? What could it be?
Keep them on edge.
It is beardandthesemi@gmail.com if you wish to email us. Our Facebook is beardandthesemi. If you want to tweet us, it's @beardsemi, all one word. And the Instagram, I have no idea what I created.
I think
it's Beard and the Semi again.
I'm
pretty sure you could have worked most of it out.
I like it.
Except for the Twitter one.
We got a Facebook group and a Facebook person.
How's the logo doing? Have you done the logo?
He did, but I looked deformed, so I told him no.
After all my hours of work.
The only picture that we had that would work with what he had is me standing around like trying to look like a model. For jokes. I'm not a dick.
Yeah, you are.
And my arm, when put next to him, is bigger than his head in the picture.
Yeah, because if I made you any smaller, it wouldn't have. You would have been too small, and I would have been just giant.
And then there's an explosion. It just looked really funky to me. So we're gonna use your mic.
There you go.
Do you see what I mean? Like my arm is massive.
Looks cool. It makes you look like the hunky one.
No, but it's just that one arm.
The thing
Makes
is,
it look like I've been jacking off for too long.
the thing is, I can actually move you back. I didn't save that one. I did move you back, so you were angled a bit, so your arm looks like it's further away, and therefore not as big.
It looks so weird to me.
Hey, since you've been unemployed, you know, you've got a lot more time.
Since you've been filling out application forms, and that means
You should have strengthened that.
jacking off to
Damn,
Pornhub.
yeah. Can break a tree.
Why would you want to break a tree?
I don't know. I was a tree humper.
Earlier on,
Yeah.
Break its cherry. It's a cherry tree. That doesn't make sense otherwise. Is
Yeah,
there
no.
such a thing as a cherry tree?
Yeah, there is.
Good. For they grow on vines. Anyway, plug in our shit. My Twitter is at David Miguel DT. Capital D's. Except for the middle one. And Andrew?
Is at Andrew James. I'm not spelling it.
You
this
are
time.
Spell it.
I am at Andrew James. That is ANDDREW JAMES.
Because he has 2 D's in his name.
You know, I think people are just not going to give a shit.
Yeah, 2 D's in your name is just unnecessary.
Mine is at Joe Turone. That's Joe and TURONE. And you can follow mine and Sid's music as well at Sid and Joe Music.
Anything else?
And yes, our YouTube
Suck
as
my
well
balls.
is youtube.com/C/Sid and Joe official. We're official now.
Yeah, is it Avivo?
No.
How'd you get Avivo?
You have to pay for a Vivo.
Well, fuck that
You
shit.
suck my balls. I ain't paying for that.
Pay for a Vivo.
Well,
Eventually, maybe.
alright. Sid, do you have anything?
I'm really happy I was a part of this podcast.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay, I guess he's signing us off. I mean,
Farewell.
bye!
Bye.
Bye.
I find that I've become an open book, but not everybody picks one up, so in other words, I'm just weird and misunderstood. Well, go figure, let's take a look at Exhibit A. It shows participation in these games I'm finally old enough to play. Building to destroy again, then rebuild by the inches. Is a man more than a man if he can keep a door on its hinges? I've been searching for the key, and at the thought it has me itching. Jigsaw's trying to tell me that it's right under my eyes, he's fibbing. He's gotta be right. Somebody say yes. The distance from my answers even further with these baby steps. And I made me greatly statements that I make with exclamation marks. I eagerly await that speech called I need space to start. But then I made the part in my defence. The fence has always been too high, so I waited for my success. Then plagiarised my way from A to B. Whilst the stakes were high, then graduation takes its time. Alas, my passion came to life. My only fear is something else woke. An egotistic version of myself, procrastinating, deteriorating health. Well, never mind, cause I remain in double digits. I'm sure we have more than enough time before I'm finished here. But I can kick rhymes for the minute, even if little to none care. I was a fool, all my estimates were second to none. Swearing and thinking I could skip the bit where I became someone. Wearing clothes and shoes I couldn't fit. Heck, even if a bunch of scary little me's got on their knees and tried to reach the sun. I think I mentioned I could overthink. Bottom line is, I thought that I could disappear into thin air, and I was aware of what I become. Note to self, beware of storytellers. Once they have begun telling a story and your concentration is afloat or sunk, the writers of the scripts will try to cut your throat and run back to the land of the living. Pan's Labyrinth, man on a mission. Stan who made the decision to bite the hand he wasn't given. I'll be a flash in the pan before a blasphemous has. They told me run with the wolves or face a sporadical stampede. And the plan B is what I lack. I'm a humble about some moments. Sleep off one eye open, clearer than the ferocious little omen known as fate. Like everybody says, I think I have been chosen. When I graduate, I think I might destroy a locomotive. See, I could quit by now, but I insist I shall succeed. And if I fail to hit a miss, I'm bound to get a little pissed. And the rips is bliss and marches by the thousands. But as long as I exist, I promise this in all my power. I'll take the stairs and keep the chairs of those within my field of vision. And if they're negative, they're not considered in my decisions anymore. What am I planning? Just tell me what my rap's like. I'll take my notebook round the world in my waterproof backpack.